Hello everyone, welcome back to another video guys. So in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to make a date picker in Android Studio. So let's get started. So guys, basically what a date picker is, it's kind of like a calendar, but we're gonna make it functional also. So it's also like a date picker, but it's basically a calendar that is functional. So let's start off by opening up Android Studio. And it's loading. Yeah, this is like this takes like a long time to load usually, especially because I'm recording. And then let's wait for it to be done. So now we have to create a new project, or well, I'm going to create a new project, but if you want to implement this in one of your projects, you don't have to create a new project. So I'm going to go to File, New, and new project. And let's do, of course, empty activity. Next, let's call this date picker. There you go. And I think the rest is good. Let's press finish. And now we have to wait for it to load. This is gonna take a while. So yep, it's right here. I'm gonna close the other one. Let's close this one. Alright, and now let's wait for this to load. So guys, okay, so now it's done loading, and I just want to say one thing. Android Studio makes it really simple and easy to implement a calendar system. Instead of having to code like every single box of the calendar, they actually like have a system for doing it, and that's what makes it really easy. So I'm actually going to go into the code version, and I'm just going to start all over. I'm not going to delete the constraint layout because I'm going to use a different layout. So let's just delete that. I'll be using a relative layout. So relative layout, there you go. Because I'm just going to fill this in very quickly. So let's just do that. There you go. And let's end it here. And if we make another one, so wait, what? Hold on. Slash, there you go. And so now we have our relative layout. So let's just press enter. Let's go enter, there you go. And so let's do the first thing. Let's actually make the date picker. We're also gonna add a few buttons, and we're gonna add a text view so that we can make it functional. But first of all, let's actually do the date picker. And it's actually called date picker. As you guys can see, there's actually something called date picker. And let's press enter, there you go. And let's first of all give it an ID, so Android. Oops, wait, let's do this slash, there you go. And now let's give it an ID. So Android, because I'm not sure why, but like it's kind of hard writing all of this down because I usually use the design version, so it's like not just popping up. So I'm just gonna quickly put in all the information and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm done doing this, and I also wrote a layout above because this is gonna be above this text view. So I'm gonna give the text view I make an ID. So let's make that text view right now. So let's make text view, there you go. And let's of course give it an ID of, so let's give it this ID right here, the date changed one. So date, let's see, yep, date changed text view, there you go. And let's go into the next line. So of course I'm just gonna do the rest of this code. You guys can copy the code if you guys want. So I'm just gonna do the rest of this code and be right back. And so now I'm done with the text view, and what I did was added a above this. So basically the date picker is going to be above this text view, and this text view is going to be above this button right here, which will change the date, which will make it interactive. So now let's of course make our button. So let's do button, there you go, and let's add that. And so now let's give it of this ID. So I'm just going to copy this line here and just put it here, and then give the ID date. Oops, okay, date change button, there you go. And I'm also gonna fill in the rest of this information. I'll be back when I'm done. And so this is the rest of the information. So basically this is our code. We started off with the relative layout, then we made our date picker, and then we made our text view, which is gonna basically show which date it is, or it's gonna say like this is what you set the current date as. And then this is going to be the button that changes the date. So if we go to design right now, as you guys can see, this looks very interesting. And you can see obviously that, wait, it says January 1970. I think that's outdated. Oops. Well, as you guys can see, we have the change date button. Our text view doesn't say anything yet because we didn't add like any text in it yet, but don't worry, we're gonna fix that later. So now so basically we're done with this code. We're gonna actually start coding it and making it functional. and hopefully it doesn't say January 1970. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is get all of these into my main activity and initialize them. So let's of course first of all do our date picker. Let's call it picker, and then we're gonna do our button. Let's call it display date, and then we're gonna do our text view, and let's call it I guess date changed. So this basically is going to show the date that has been changed to. Now let's initialize it. So let's go down here. Let's do picker equals find view by ID r.id dot. Okay, so it's I think if I remember properly, it's called like yeah, date picker right here. There you go. And I'm just gonna check if it's called date picker. Let's see. It's called, yep, date picker. Our text view is called date change, text view, and date change button. Okay, so let's do our text view next. So it's date changed equals find view by ID r.id dot date change text view. There you go. And now of course let's do our button. So I'm gonna do display date equals find view by ID r.id id dot date change button. There you go. So now we have initialized our three components that we have in our actual screen. So first of all, we're gonna have the text view show something. So we're gonna do this date. I'm gonna change this to text view because it's kind of hard knowing which one's the text view because they're the same. So I'm just gonna change this to text view and text view. Let's just call it 1. Text view 1. There you go. So first of all, let's set the text view's text. So it's gonna do text view 1 dot set text. We're gonna first of all set to change date, and then we're gonna add plus, and we're gonna make a method called get current date. So we're gonna make a method called get current date later on. First of all, let's just make this, and then we're of course gonna do this with the button. Basically, when we press the button, the text view should also update to get current date. So we're gonna do display date dot set on click listener, new on click listener. There you go. We can of course replace this with lambda right here. So let's do that for now because it's easier. And of course we can just copy this. I guess we can copy this line here because that's what we need here. And there you go. So let's actually make our actual get current date method. So outside of here, we're gonna make our method. So we're gonna call it public string get current date, and let's do that. There you go. So we're gonna use a string builder to do this. So we're gonna write string builder. Let's call it builder equals new string builder, and there you go. And next, we're gonna we're gonna actually add our date. So for using the string builder, we're gonna access whatever date we have entered on here. Let's say we have entered the 24th, as you guys can see. And let's say we entered this, so then we press change date. It's gonna basically get the 24th. It's gonna get the year, and it's gonna get the month. So it's gonna say 24, and then it's gonna get January, and it's gonna get 1970 because it's 1970 for some reason. So you guys can do this in any order. You guys could do month, date, year, or I'm gonna do a date, month, year. So of course, let's start off with builder dot append. I'm gonna do picker dot get day of month. There you go. And after that, we're gonna have to add a slash because you guys know you do the date slash month slash year. And it's sorry if it's backwards on the screen because when I recorded this, the screen's facing me. So yeah, it's gonna be like date slash month slash year. So we're gonna have to add our slash. So we're gonna do the /. There you go. And I think I have to add another bracket. Oh yeah, and I have to add the plus. And I don't think I need another bracket. And then yep. So yeah, there you go. And now we can copy and paste this. Next, let's do the month. So let's do month dot get month get month here, And we're gonna do, first of all, we're gonna do get month plus 1 because the month is based off 0. So January is 0 and then February is 1. So we're gonna do plus 1. And then so it's basically we're gonna get, so it's based off 0. So plus 1 is basically gonna have it based off 1. So we can have January 1, February 2, and so like if it's January, we'll know, like normally it's 1, and so instead of saying 0, it'll say 1. So that's more useful. So basically, normally it'd be from 0 to 11, because that's what it is. If we add the 1, then it's gonna be what everyone does from 1 to 12. And next, let's do our year. So let's do dot get year. And for the year, you don't have to add any slash because that's the last one. So that's just it, dot get year. And so I think we have an extra bracket here. There you go. And so now, of course, since it's not void, we have to return what we got. So we do return builder dot to string. There you go, because our text view is obviously string. So then it will obviously set the text, and that's basically everything we have done. So now we, of course, have to now run it, and let's test if it works. So I'm gonna go to this. I'm actually gonna delete this because sometimes whenever I have to make a new one for it to work, I'm not sure why that is. So let's create a new one. Next, finish, and let's wait for this to load. And then this is gonna take forever to load, as you guys already know. So I'm just gonna wait until this is done loading, and then I'll be back. Wait, actually so while it's running, I have to change something. Yeah, I have to change this. There's always some kind of random error. But first of all, before I change this error, I'll show you guys how to change another error that I usually get, which is like it says like not exported true is not true. So basically in the activity thing, we have to do Android name activity, and I think it's Android exported equals true. So that'll fix another error if you guys get that error. And now let's fix the error that I just got. Okay, so to fix the error I just got, I'm gonna set this to 1.6.0. This is definitely should help changing it to 1.6.0 and let's press sync. Okay, so now it's done loading. So now the error that I had gotten previously should be fixed. So if I open up my emulator and let's run it, I don't think I should get another error. So let's just let's hope that we don't get another error, because it's very annoying to get errors. So yep, it's running. So I'll be back if it's done loading. Okay guys, this took forever. So it's actually showing the current date. Today is the March 19th Sunday. So this is actually showing the current date, which is actually pretty nice. And so it's a little laggy. My computer is lagging a lot right now. It took forever to run this. Let's see if I can. So let's see if I can change the date here. So hopefully it doesn't lag too much. Yeah, it's lagging a lot. Okay, so let's see if I can scroll down. There you go. Okay, let's say I want to change the date. So let's say today is not the 19th. Let's say I want to change, as you guys can see, it shows it's the 19th March 2023. Let's say I want to say today is the 25th of March. Or maybe let's change the year. Let's see if I can change the year. I don't know how yet, but let's see if I can change the year. Yep, it's up here. Let's go up. Let's see if I can change it to, let's do my birthday month. So this is not my birthday date. Let's do June 1st though. And let's press change date. As you guys can see, the date has changed to June 1st. Now obviously it's not gonna show that green thing. It shows for the actual date today. Like it shows this green thing because it shows today's the 19th. But this is actually really useful. So it shows the current date, but you can also change the date if you want. Now, if you wanted to change this, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can change it. And so let's say I want to go to 2024. Let's say it's January 1st, 2024. Let's change the date. And as you can see, the date has changed. So this can be useful in many ways if you're trying to make an app. So guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another awesome video. Bye guys!